Imagine for a moment that the world you see around you, the buildings, the people, the opportunities, the limitations, is not the cause of your life, but the result of it. Imagine that every moment you live is simply the echo of thoughts, feelings, and assumptions you once held within yourself. This is the radical, breathtaking proposal at the heart of Neville Goddard's Out of This World, a metaphysical work that challenges everything we think we know about time, destiny, and the nature of reality. This book will teach you how to create from your fourth dimensional reality. So in this episode, we're going to explore this book and show you how to stop feeding your attention on the gaps that exist in your life and start focusing on a reality that exists beyond your sense. We will also expound on the book's core teachings, concepts, the practical techniques you can use in your life, and how these ideas apply even in business and leadership. And by the end, you'll understand why Neville Goddard remains one of the most influential teachers of consciousness in modern history. So, who was Neville Goddard? Neville Lancelot Goddard was born in Barbados, and although he would go on to become one of the most profound metaphysical teachers of the 20th century, his early life looked nothing like that destiny. As a young man, he moved to the United States, not to become a philosopher, but to pursue dance and theater. But everything changed when he met a man named Abdullah, a mysterious Ethiopian Jewish mystic who became Neville's mentor. Abdullah didn't teach Neville traditional religion. He didn't teach him rituals, ceremonies, or techniques. Instead, he opened Neville's eyes to a deeper, symbolic interpretation of Scripture, one in which imagination is not a fantasy, but the creative power of God, operating through human consciousness. This encounter transformed Neville's life. It set him on a path that would lead him to write more than 10 books, deliver hundreds of lectures, and inspire millions long after his death in 1972. Out of This World, published later in his career, is often considered his most philosophical and most revealing work. Before we continue, I'd like to say thank you for your support, and thank our subscribers like you. Neville begins the book with a bold claim. You are not just a three-dimensional being moving through space. You are also a four-dimensional being moving through time. And in that fourth dimension, he says, every possible future already exists. It is the reality of imagination and waveform or energetic reality, a reality of potential. The fourth dimension is also known as the dimension of vibration. It is a conceptual plane of existence characterized by a higher and distinct rate, direction, and manner of vibratory motion compared to the third dimension, which is our world of space and time. This is worth understanding. The thing you want isn't missing, it's invisible. This does not mean your future is fixed, it simply means that multiple outcomes already lie in potential form. They are like branches in a tree, waiting for the observer to select one. Neville argues that the tool we use to select these outcomes is imagination. In the three-dimensional world, we believe events happen because of physical actions. But in the fourth-dimensional world, the world of consciousness, events happen because of assumptions, feelings, and inner states that precede action. Neville insists that we often get this backward. We think the outer world causes our inner experience, when in fact, the inner world is the cause, and the outer world simply the effect. He puts it plainly, all changes take place in consciousness. One of Neville's most beautiful ideas is the nature of desire. He says desire is not a sign of lack. It is a message, a signal from your deeper, spiritual self, indicating what already exists for you in the higher dimension. When you desire something, your spiritual self is whispering, this is available, this is possible, this is already yours in the unseen. Neville teaches that the way to claim that possibility is through assumption. Assumption is not hopeful thinking. It is the deliberate act of entering the feeling of the wish fulfilled, right now, before any physical evidence exists. To Neville, imagination is not daydreaming, It is participation in a higher reality. You must, he says, feel yourself into the scene so vividly and so emotionally that it becomes real internally. Once the inner world accepts it, the outer world rearranges itself to match. This is the law of assumption, one of Neville's most influential concepts. Neville builds his teachings around several major ideas. Let's look at them one by one. 1. The law of assumption. You become what you assume yourself to be, not what you hope for, not what you ask for, what you assume. Assumptions, Neville says, awaken what they affirm. If you assume you are unlucky, life reflects it. If you assume you are favored, life reflects that too. Bring your reality to whatever you want, right here, right now, other than putting it in the absence of what you want. As you continue to focus your attention on the fourth dimensional potential, your attention will crystallize or materialize the energetic potential into material form. 2. The natural man versus the spiritual man. The natural man lives through the senses. He sees only what is in front of him. But the spiritual man perceives possibilities. He sees events across time as a present whole. To become the spiritual man, you must trust imagination more than physical evidence. You cannot create anything in your life as you are paying attention to the life that you have. Become a spiritual man by denying the evidence of the senses and assuming the best for yourself. The spiritual man is undisturbed by appearances and rejoices while still in captivity. Jesus Christ gave a wonderful example of this. He said to his disciples, "Say not ye, there are yet 4 months, and then cometh the harvest? Behold, I say unto you, lift up your eyes and look on the fields, for they are ripe already to harvest." His clear vision pierced the world of matter, and he saw clearly the fourth dimensional world, things as they really are, perfect and complete in divine mind. So, man must ever hold the vision of his journey's end and demand the manifestation of that which he has already received. It may be his perfect health, love, supply, self-expression, home, or friends. 3. Controlled imagination. Neville stresses that imagination must be disciplined. Don't wander through dozens of scenes. Choose one scene that implies your desire is fulfilled and replay it until it feels completely real. This resembles modern cognitive psychology and mental rehearsal techniques used by athletes, therapists, and high performers. 4. No one to change but self. Perhaps Neville's most challenging teaching. There is no one to change but yourself. You cannot force external change. You cannot manipulate people. The world mirrors your internal assumptions. Change yourself, and the world responds. Let's make this practical. Neville wasn't just a philosopher. He was practical. He gave specific methods that anyone can apply. Technique 1. The state akin to sleep. This is his most famous method. Lie down. Relax your body. Let yourself drift towards sleep, but stay mentally awake. In this twilight state, your imagination becomes most powerful. Here, you create a short scene that implies your desire is already fulfilled. Feel it. Hear it. Touch it. Live inside it. Neville says the subconscious accepts impressions most easily in this drowsy state, and once accepted, it must express them. Technique 2. Revision. Every night, look back at your day, and wherever something happened that you disliked, revise it. Rewrite the scene. Imagine it happening the way you wish it had. Neville says that by changing your past in imagination, you alter the emotional patterns that shape your future. This mirrors modern therapeutic techniques like cognitive reframing and trauma reprocessing. Technique 3. Inner conversations. We are always talking to ourselves, but Neville says these inner words often reinforce the wrong identity. If you want to be successful, imagine the people in your life speaking to you as if you already are. Imagine congratulations, praise, recognition. Your inner dialogue must match your desired self. Although Neville never wrote for corporate audiences, his teachings translate easily into the world of business, leadership, and entrepreneurship. 1. Visionary leadership. Great leaders see a future that doesn't yet exist and hold to it with conviction. Neville's method of assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled helps leaders stay grounded in possibility, especially during uncertainty. 2. The Pygmalion effect. Neville's principle of no one to change but self aligns with research showing that expectations shape performance. If a leader imagines their employees as capable, creative, and motivated, employees tend to rise to that expectation. 3. Entrepreneurship and innovation. Entrepreneurs must believe in results that haven't shown up yet. Neville's mental rehearsal, vivid, emotional, sensory-rich, helps innovators stay confident through risk and uncertainty. 4. Creative problem solving. Neville encourages nonlinear thinking. He teaches that the future exists as many possibilities. This mindset fosters innovation, imagination, and breakthrough thinking inside organizations. In conclusion, Neville Goddard's Out of This World is more than a metaphysical text. It is a manual for conscious creation. It gives us a proper understanding of the nature of reality, which, when you accept, gives you permission to withdraw your attention from your third-dimensional reality to the fourth-dimensional reality of potential, of possibilities. And as you do that, consistently, it must materialize. Its message is simple, but profound. The world does not shape you. You shape the world, and everything you seek, every dream, every possibility, every new identity, already exists in the fourth dimension, waiting for you to claim it. Through the law of assumption, through controlled imagination, through mental discipline, and through the decision to change yourself first, you can alter your future, rewrite your past, and redesign your entire life. Neville believed that transformation does not begin with effort, action, or struggle. It begins within, quietly, purposefully, deliberately. Because, as he famously said, there can be no outer change until there is first an inner change. And once that inner change is made, the world has no choice but to follow. Thank you for watching. If this message resonated with you, I would like to hear your views in the comments section below.